I think the first point is for employers to realise there's actually almost 50% of Sydney's population lives out there. So there's actually a lot of potential candidates already in the backyard. But I think ultimately it's got to be about experiences. People have gone beyond careers and they're looking to build skills, they're looking to get exposure and experiences. And Western Sydney provides a landscape where there's a lot of stuff that's happening, it's transformational, and people aren't going to get those opportunities in other parts of the country, and that's a real attractor to bring in talent. Look, I think to be successful in Western Sydney, you've got to believe in the region. It's not an area you can just drop down, do some work and then go away. You've got to invest in it, you've got to understand it. I think the biggest thing to understand is that there's not just one Western Sydney. There's 9,000 square kilometres that the region covers. There's 7 to 10 major town centres. Each of them have different maturities and businesses, and so they offer different opportunities. So if you think you can plot yourself in one part of Western Sydney and cover the whole market, you're probably going to be mistaken. So you've got to understand what's really unique and what offers, and then what that means for workers to want to be there for you, and what that means for clients to be able to follow you and to take advantage of those opportunities. One would be that growth is coming, that it's here already, and it's going to continue for several decades. Much of that is by Western Sydney just playing catch up in infrastructure. So the boom that we see is just taking care of 30 years of deficit. Then we've got to build on top of that with further growth, populations driving, and you're starting to see a real transformation in place. I think the third thing is around that is that there's a significant diversity of industries and quite a supply chain that exists there. Unlike other parts of the city which sit at one point of the supply chain, Western Sydney usually covers all spectrums of it. So the diversity that allows for businesses to go in there is successful, but you've got to know where you play and you've got to know where you can win. Look, I think the first thing to understand about Western Sydney is that there's more people under 35 there than anywhere else in the country. So that means your future workforce is in the Western Sydney doorstep. I think secondly, Western Sydney's connectivity is improving with road and rail, obviously an international airport. Western Sydney stands to potentially be one of the most connected places in the world. And then the third thing is that the boom and the development that's happening on the ground has only really just started. And there's another 30 years of that to go, and that's a pretty good wave to catch.